Explain Once has been very valuable for you. How would
Yes.
an attorney like you get started?
Yeah. Well, in the use on a day-to-day basis, I wanted to make it very simple to bolt on to any legal practice. Well, any legal practice that uses Microsoft Word, which of course is most legal practices. So the software itself lives within Microsoft Word. So it's just a tab that gets added at the top of the screen. And you'd see this is an example with a revocable trust. Uh, what what you can do when you're going through the document, I mean, as an attorney, you typically know intuitively where people are going to ask questions or where they have asked questions. So there's a screen that pops up at the bottom. You just click expand, and you can see here on the screen, there's a database already created in this example of explanations. And you just click the little blue button to add a new explanation. Select the document type, which here is revocable trust. Then you put in the trigger text, meaning the text where a client, that's the text within the document where someone typically asks a question. And here, as most estate planning attorneys would recognize, the difference between a settlor, a grantor, and a trustee is a fairly common question. And here we can diffuse that question with the explanation. And then once you have added it, on an ongoing basis, anytime you or your associate or paralegal or legal assistant, whoever's drafting the documents, can, in their Explain Once tab, select the document type, revocable trust, and then they just hit insert comments. And then all of those comments are going to flow into the document. And then the outcome is a document that explains itself. And so it's might be helpful to see it in action, like how fast it is. And it's built to be fast. I mean, this needs to be something where it has a significant return on investment in terms of time. So we're already diffusing time as a matter because we're diffusing questions, but also in drafting. You could try to manually go in and put all these comments in, but that would be inefficient. So you could see here with Explain Once, we have the document pane that opens at the bottom. The screen opens there. You can add the text. Here we've selected revocable trust, and let's pick a provision where people typically have questions. How about this non-pro rata? So funding shares on a non-pro rata basis, a phrase that only an estate attorney could love, but most clients don't understand. Well, we know what that means. We know that's value to have that in the document. So you click OK. And then now going forward, every single revocable trust with that section in it will get that explanation. So now, anytime a client gets a revocable trust and they are reading through the document, progressing through, and then they get to the funding shares on a non-pro rata basis, well, guess what? Now they actually have an answer before they've even asked their question, which, by the way, maybe they never would have asked the question, but here, let's say they were going to ask the question. You feel, or they feel rather, like you've read their mind. You've given them an answer before they even asked it. Or let's say they wouldn't have asked the question. Maybe they would have just skipped the provision and thought, it's there, and I'm guessing it's necessary for some reason. I don't know why. Here, now they know the reason. This and every other important provision is included in the document, which also reveals the significant value that you are providing as an attorney.